Hello, this is Karl-James Langford for my video log on November the 10th, 2014, and it's Monday, one day before Remembrance Day. Remembrance Day obviously on the 11th hour of the 11th day of the 11th month, and obviously I'll be remembering that tomorrow. As I said in my past two video logs, Remembrance Day is about remembering those that have fallen in various wars on this planet, whether you're in Great Britain, in the Commonwealth, whether you're one of those countries that we're fighting against or whatever. It's about remembrance of your loved ones, whether you agreed with the wars or not. It's not the point. Veterans Day in America and elsewhere, and obviously people remember those that passed, fallen in wars, and even civilians as well. Everybody's equal in this loss due to war. Male, females, whoever, armed forces or whatever. It's all relevant. So I'll be remembering that tomorrow. Moving on from that, I've decided to think about getting a tag for my my video logs, i.e. a tag, a sort of an opening tag. Boogie does his Boogie 326 channel, whatever he does, but anyway, you know what I'm talking about, and maybe I'll open by saying belief is part of the path to enlightenment. That's one of my quotes from a few years back. So yeah, I'm going to think about putting a tag together, so if anyone can come up with any ideas, that was great. So today has been a day of acting. It's been a day of doing various different things like that. I had a tap on my window today from Rob, asking if I wanted to go and do some acting at the road. I don't usually answer my door to anyone because I sort of keep myself to myself. And this is my zone, this is my space, but I decided to go out and do the acting, which was brilliant, and didn't really know what it was all about, but he said head towards where the cameras are, and I did, and then suddenly it was suddenly they were shouting and screaming to me to come across the road. I didn't know that was actually going to be filmed, or that's the effect they wanted me, so I was running across the road, sort of meeting somebody else to sort of run off. I was like, oh, that was really weird, and it wasn't filmed. The cameras weren't rolling at that point, and as I keep saying to Jake and everybody else, whenever you do any filming, you always film absolutely everything, because that's when you're going to capture the moment. So always film absolutely everything when you're filming. So yeah, that was good, that was positive. And afterwards there was a group there at the hub up the road, and I tried to get them inspired and say, look, if I can do this acting, you can do it. What you need to do is go out on social media, use social media, sort of, instead of letting Facebook, Twitter, Lickading, Bebo, whatever control you, you need to broadcast and control it. Go on SoundCloud, go on go do YouTube, do your own videos, do Vimeo, do all that. Get out there and just promote yourself. Keep promoting. Business cards. I give out business cards wherever I go. People are impressed, but they keep in touch. It's about ego. Yes, these video logs are my ego. They're my expression, not my inner self. And obviously, it's my way of getting out there and getting the message out there. It does work. Honestly, believe me, it worked today. Keeps working. And people are watching my stuff, and obviously they must like my stuff. Otherwise, you wouldn't watch it. Okay, that's there. Fantastic. Also, that I've got another little bit of work from the job today. I've got a piece that I'll be doing for a director in Newport. So this weekend I've got two pieces of work I'll be working on. One as a priest and the other one as sort of a slightly dark character. Yeah, they're more or less similar roles because the priest goes a bit nuts and the other dark character's a bit nuts anyway. So thanks, Owen and Jake, choosing me to act for you to be a slightly nutty person yet again. Mind you, it's sort of my inner self quite mad, outside acting self quite mad. Why can't I do something normal, like sort of be a mass murderer or something? That would be a lot of fun, but I wouldn't get into method to do that. But anyway, little Jake and little Owen, I'm calling them little because it's the Viking way of calling them tall. So I'll be doing their production. Looking forward to doing that. So brilliant. Everything's positive. What else today? I went to do my acting class in Cardiff, and that was really positive. I love my acting classes in Cardiff. Mark wasn't there today, which was a shame, but I did some sessions with the acting as a fellow student there, because this is where I go to learn more of the acting skills rather than teach anything. And I was working with Lorna, and that was really positive. Fortunately, I did stuff with a lot of energy, so that was great. And then one thing that I need to sort of get to grips with more, there are two major rules of acting. The one rule and the unwritten rule. The rule says that when you're acting, there are no rules, right? And then the other rule, which isn't a rule, which is the unwritten rule, I'm getting lost in this, says that you should always take part, if you're acting with other actors, take part in a canvas, take part in a stage, be part of the production. And sort of I broke that slight bit of a rule today, where I basically need to work in tandem with my other actors a little bit more, because I was a bit of a loner doing this piece when we were all working together. So at missions, we've all got to sort of feed in, and we've got to sort of continue to connect with people when we're acting. I watched as well, what else did I watch here? What else did I scribble down here? Yeah, I watched, when I got back, I watched Doctor Who, episode 10, season 10. Oh, 8, sorry. Jake, you correct me, it's season 8, isn't it? Episode 10. I watched that, and I really liked that. In the sense that it was a foresty type thing, and it was all sort of based around London. I don't know which woodland they used. They probably used a little bit of a woodland in Wales, I don't know. But we're in this forest in Doctor Who, and one interesting thing was that it was the episode that said, which was called The Forest, I think it was. And it was an important quote which I used to use when I was teaching my archaeology classes about the 5 zones, which is in fact 6 zones. Zone 0 to Zone 5, forget that, it's just getting too confusing. I kept on saying that our early ancestors had this fear of the woodland, because wherever there was land, the trees would colonise it, and they're always having to battle with the trees for land, because it's in those woods that you had the bears, the wolves, the things that go bump in the light. We would like to be out in the open, because it was out in the open where we could hunt deer and all the rest of it. Sort of 11,000 years ago in Britain, that's the date they were talking about. And then 3,000 years later, 8,000 years ago, Britain became an island, so it was even more intense, so we had to cut down the trees. And the idea that the trees, Doctor Who quotes Peter Capaldi, here we go, the forest is mankind's nightmare, and it is, truly is. And I don't know where he got that from, that concept from the writers, but that's my concept, and that's what I would say as well. The trees are to be treated with great respect. And if you, for example, left Britain for 10 years without any humans around, there'd be trees absolutely everywhere, there'd be trees rooting everywhere, there'd be forests colonising the landscape. That's because it is Mother Nature, and she likes to take over and take her own land back. That's what I feel. I've had some communication with somebody new on YouTube as well in the evening, who will remain anonymous, Jay, and she was commenting on some of my works. And as I was going to bed last night, there was a message on my phone. I went on to my YouTube Fatal, and I was there for half an hour listening to Chicago writing messages about my YouTube stuff to this woman. I think she's in America, because I watched one of her videos, American accent, and she's also an actor, so, and seemingly walked across London as well as I should have. But anyway, that's something else. Anyway, this is my video log. Hopefully you've enjoyed it today, and I'll get back to you obviously on Remembrance Day. Thank you very much.